I'm Brittany Lewis, a breaking news reporter here at Forbes. Joining me now is Forbes staff writer, Will Yakowicz. Will, thanks for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
You cover vices for Forbes, which I can imagine is probably the most fun beat here.
It is fun.
And I'm excited to talk to you about the first ever topless dispensary in the country. It's in Massachusetts. Give us the backstory here. How was this idea born?
Yeah, so it's still an idea right now. It's not open yet, but basically there is a shuttered old strip club on Route 10 in Western Massachusetts. It's been closed since COVID, and the two owners have pitched this new idea. They're in the process of buying a cannabis license. So what they want to do is take the stage out and get rid of the liquor license and convert it into a dispensary. And since they have a nude license, which, you need a license to run a strip club that's specific to that type of business, they want to keep that and just create a topless dispensary, which is admittedly very lowbrow, but it's just a funny thing in the industry.
I'm excited to talk about this idea, but let's first back up and talk about the strip club that was originally the building. Was that well perceived in the community, or was it more of a black eye?
So, the answer is a little more nuanced than that. Locals would refer to it as the Whately Ballet. It's in Whately, Massachusetts, and it has been closed due to COVID. So the club and the owners have kind of struggled to find their footing, but it is a long-standing establishment. Before it was closed in 2020, it was founded by a husband and wife duo in 1974. So it's been there for 50 years at this point.
And now it has the potential to be a topless dispensary, which on its face sounds pretty scandalous. What has the response been? Has there been any backlash?
Locally, there hasn't been a backlash yet. As they get closer and, further through the process, there might be, during the first board meeting of the town, it was mostly like weed jokes and stuff. We'll have to come up with another name other than the Whately Ballet. So that remains to be seen. A former Massachusetts regulator told me they feel like it is a step in the wrong direction for the industry, being a topless dispensary. However, this person didn't see that it would be, this type of business wouldn't be allowed. So it's interesting. Massachusetts has a $4 billion, since legalizing marijuana in 2018 for adult use, they've tracked $4 billion in legal sales. So just last year alone, it was like $1.4 billion, and they have like around 250 dispensaries. So there's still room in the state. The industry is very young, and this area in particular, Western Massachusetts, but it's 30 minutes away from the MGM casino. It's 15 minutes away from UMass Amherst. So while the actual town is small and it's not in a bustling area, it's not in Boston, there is potential for a lot of visitors.
Why is the weed business in Massachusetts booming? Is this the most lucrative state to have a dispensary business in?
No, it's not. Massachusetts does have a sizable, almost $1.5 billion a year. California is the largest state, over $4 billion a year. New York is slated to become like the second biggest state, but that state, New York, is currently kind of struggling with its gray market and struggling with the legal rollout of its adult use. But California is king when it comes to weed.